Hello and welcome. This is Alchemist X. So it is a sad day. You may have heard from the community post that I made or that other people have made or official news sources. But EOS has come for Tagatame. Announcement was made last night. And the server is going to run until the 28th of November. So if you really want to experience the game, you've got a few things left on your checklist that you wanted to do. You got 2 months to do it, and then the game is gone forever. So it is a very, very sad thing, but there's definitely no real surprise here. It's something that's been talked about on my channel for a while, especially more and more recently, just because of the bigger number of red flags that were showing up. For me, the really big thing was the story mode in Chapter 8. That moment, just like it happened mid-chapter, but they just stopped having maps for each level. To me, that was just a really, really big sign. You know, the obvious answer, of course, is cost cutting, just less labor for them to do that. And then there's also just the function that the normal quests served. They were a good place to have drops for items that came from events. Like if you had a limited character who was tied to an event and the normal way to get their stuff was through the event, but the event wasn't currently rerunning, then they would usually have their job equipments be obtainable via a normal quest map. If there's no plans for the future, then there's no need to really do that. So just the combination of that and then all of the external stuff, like Astra Tarticus shutting down and the just Gumi being in a very, very bad place, you know, mostly self-inflicted bad management. It just seemed like after a certain point they're probably going to move towards discontinuing more of their games. I imagine that they were probably being carried by whales to a certain degree because like the sheer number of paid banners, the number of people you would see in the upper levels of Arena that would always have the newest units, like even seeing like Kamui and Amane. But that can only take a game so far. Like, and even if a game is like moderately it's making like a modest profit, ultimately the fastest thing that's ever going to kill a game is if the company thinks that they can make better money elsewhere. And I'm assuming that they're getting to a point where aside from their blockchain projects, which I know almost nothing about, I know there's a Phantom of the Kill blockchain game, I'm guessing that most of their resources, which have definitely dwindled over time, are going to want to go towards the currently in development JoJo's Bizarre Adventure title that they're going to do, and they're going to try and do that. I don't really see a bright future for Gumi because those type of IP games, for the most part, tend to just be really big cash grabs that kind of burn bright and then burn out fast. But who knows? All I know is that I am done with Gumi forever now. None of their other games appeal to me enough for me to chase after that. And so that is a very, very freeing feeling. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the content. Okay, so let's start with the most distinct thing, because for the most part, I could say everything is rerunning, or at least almost everything, and that's that. There is one exception though, and that exception is going to be Mobius. So as you can see from the towers here, we got Veda Hard, the Xeno towers, regular Veda, Neo Veda, the Negrito tower. But one thing is missing, and that thing is Mobius. Mobius is gone forever. However, to make up for that, it's a little confusing to me that they even bothered, but I guess I appreciate it. They basically made a just single player quest that's modeled after Mobius Floor 30, I believe. And you can get Guilfred and his unique crystals and the tokens for his job plus from this quest. And then you also get a very, very small amount of shard drops from the quest itself. And then for the rest of his stuff, you're going to find that in the milestones, where completing it X number of times is going to get you the tokens that you use to exchange for the memento, and then the unique job pieces. Other than that, everything else is the same as it would have been if they were just having a big rerun-a-thon. We've got our boss battle quests. If there's any of these that you haven't finished yet, you can get some extra gems / materials, or if there are characters that are associated with them and you need shards of them. For example, say like you never did the Ainz event, you recently got Ainz, then you can get 25 shards of him, for example. Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to be in that spot just because they have not done one of these events since Agatha, and that feels like it was quite a while ago. And then there's not too much to say about the regular events or the farming and gathering events. There's a few in there that don't rerun as often, like the stage play stuff and the April Fools. But overall, just it's a very, very long list of rerunning quests. So any job plus, any maybe hell maps that you weren't able to complete, anything like that, it's the last call. So yeah, that is it. That is the final content overview. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and do the final banner overview. Okay, last time I'm going to say this, so I'll try to say it with a little panache, and here we are at the banners. So they're nothing too special, pretty similar to last week with the added element of Kamui and Amane having their reruns, and there's also a 9-step for the regional mementos for Gluttony and for Saga. Pretty much everything else is going to be found in these pickup banners. It doesn't matter because gems don't really have value anymore, but it is worth noting that they are not a 5% rate, so if you were doing it last week, you're probably going to have less luck here. I know I definitely did. I sunk all of my gems into the memento banner. I've gone 8 steps in so far and not gotten a single featured yet. I think I've gotten 6 5-star mementos total, none of them featured, so pretty bad, but if you're going to have horrible luck, might as well have it when it doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, that is pretty much it. This was the moment where I knew, by the way, because I got into the game as soon as maintenance was over. I checked the in-game news, there was nothing. It took them, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or something like that, but as soon as I opened the banners to see what they were and I saw the 62 days remaining, that was when it's like, okay, it's over. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to process. I'm planning on making a couple more videos about Tagatame. They won't be structured in the same way. They probably won't be structured at all. It'll probably just be playing a map or raising a unit or something as the video footage, and then just whatever the subject is, maybe a retrospective, a little history on the account, something like that. We'll have a better chance to more formally say goodbye, and then probably one final video around the time that the server closes down. That's what I'm expecting at this point. So next video I do is almost certainly going to be focused on sort of Convallaria, just to check in and how the past couple of months have been with the game. Overall, pretty solid, but we'll get into more of that later. So yeah, it's a tough day. Definitely, it's hard. Even when you know it's coming, it still hits you. So yeah, one last good luck on your summons, and I will see you all next time.